Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway as we are here for the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. This is Honda Indy Chicago. 52 laps of action around this mile-and-a-half racetrack in Joliet, Illinois. And this whole event kind of came on the fly. I realized, hey, this is going to be the 100th event. I was looking for a track to replace Gateway. Hey, we're still in the state of Illinois, and we're going to have a great race around this mile-and-a-half racetrack. One of the best mile-and-a-half racetracks in the game. And honestly, in real life as well. It's such a shame that we don't go here in real life anymore. Hopefully someday it'll come back, but we can still live out those memories in NR2003, and we're going to do so with the 100th event. The 100th running of a Haas IndyCar Series event. It started all the way back in 2015 with this series, and sure, it's had its ups and downs and all of that, but we're still here in 2022, driving 220 miles per hour around these racetracks and having a lot of fun. And we're having a lot of fun in this championship battle. Only 4 races left to go here in the 2022 season. And just last week, a new points leader here in the Haas IndyCar Series by the name of Brian Rodriguez. He starts 9th in today's race, and he has a 10-point lead on Trey Smith. After that very interesting Portland race, Trey Smith had an accident early on in the event, and he had to come down the pit lane to do 2 stops in that race, and that sent him back in the field after he had started up front in that event. Lost the points lead because of it, but still very much in contention in this championship. Trey Smith is looking for his 4th win of the season, starting just ahead of Brian Rodriguez there in 7th. Zachary Fitzwater still in contention as well, even though he has fallen off quite a bit, but Zachary Fitzwater, his 3 wins on the season have come on high-speed ovals, and we got another high-speed oval here tonight, 44 points behind for him. Cole Raymond starts just ahead of Trey Smith and Brian Rodriguez in this race. He is 61 points behind, and Landon Smith Jr. starts in the 10th position. He'll be 62 points behind coming into this event. Nathan Faden, 81 points behind, starts 6th, and then Ace Garcia starts 4th, and he's 86 points behind. So all of those drivers, top 7 in points, start 13th or better in the first half of the field here tonight. But the thing is, of all the tracks that we go to in the Haas IndyCar Series, this one may be the one where you start means the least. Because we're going to see a lot of passing, especially early on in the runs for these guys. As they're all bunched up, we need a lot of passing, a lot of guys moving from the back to the front and from the front to the back here at this racetrack. Of course, Brian Rodriguez, the points leader coming into this event, went over the points right there. And starting in the 9th position, he and Trey Smith on the inside lane. That inside lane is going to be the preferred line in this race here tonight. But once we kind of get through the run, we have about a 36 to 40 lap fuel run here for these guys, roughly. Once we get to the end of the tire run, these guys are generally going to be single file and in their respective positions, but that cycle of pit stops, especially if this race stays green the whole way through, is going to easily determine who gets the race victory here tonight at Chicagoland in the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. Starting on the pole, there's a driver who started off the season very well in terms of qualifying. He won the pole for Riverside in Texas all the way back in March. Has not seen the front since. That is Brandon Nelson, who grabbed the fastest time in qualifying last night. Alongside him, number 50 machine of Chris Reynolds, who won the last high-speed oval, the Michigan 100. Starting behind those drivers, the number 18 of Logan Williams to the inside of Ace Garcia, who is very good here at the Chicagoland Speedway in the stock cars. Actually won a race here at Chicagoland a couple months ago when we tried to do the Hers Dash Series. But he'll be starting there in the 4th position. Cole Raymond to the inside of Nathan Faden in row number 5. Row number 3, I should say. Row number 4 sees Trey Smith and Angel Oliveira. First, Trey Smith looking to surpass Rodriguez in the points heading into the duel at the Glen next weekend. The very critical race for both of those drivers. Rodriguez there to the inside of Landon Smith Jr. in row number 5. You got Caleb Rose, Zach Winkle, Zachary Fitzwater, Justin Zeidel, Thomas Troxel, Eric Monaco, Noah Clifton, Elijah Gordon, Jesse Turner, Jay Knapp, our last winner, Nicholas Samadio to the inside of Richard Kingart, Ethan Lewis, Scott Upton, Brock Nelson, and Reggie Fogelman. The full starting lineup here from the Chicagoland Speedway. Honda Indy Chicago, 52 laps of action. Like I mentioned, at a 36 to 40 lap fuel run. Might be a little bit earlier than that, but regardless, it should be a one-stop race if this race stays green. And it may not stay green. We could easily see ourselves a wreck early on in tonight's event. Here we go, the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. over 7 years of this series, and here we are tonight for 100 races. Brandon Nelson, Chris Reynolds lead us to the green flag. We're underway at Chicagoland. A little bit of contact there on the wall, but everyone keeps it together for now. Brandon Nelson leads lap 1. Bonus point towards the championship for him. Here comes Cole Raymond to the inside, and Trey Smith, Brian Rodriguez. Like I said at the start of the race, an inside lane, especially early on, is where you're going to want to be. And Rodriguez looking to surpass Trey Smith there for the second position. They're 3 wide off the exit of the corner. My goodness, and they're going on the apron there. Angel Oliveira to the inside. Noah Clifton. They're very edgy through the back of the field right there. Actually might be an issue on Oliveira. There is an issue on the 25. That would be why he's on the apron. Meanwhile, for the race lead, Brian Rodriguez looking to the inside of Cole Raymond for the top position. Raymond has a bonus point for leading a lap, and now Rodriguez looking to do the same in the number 13, and he will. So Rodriguez gets that bonus point, that all-important bonus point. Even if he doesn't win the race, that bonus point will carry on. Well, these guys trying to get around Angel Oliveira in the back of the field. This could get a little interesting, especially if they do not get around him correctly. We're still clean and green right now. Logan Williams now moving to the inside. This is the time to make the moves, because once we get later on to the tire run, these guys are not going to be able to make the moves as quick and as easy as they currently are. Trey Smith does not want Rodriguez to pull away with this thing, but he also has to contend with this guy, Zachary Fitzwater, who is a master on these high-speed ovals. Won the last mile and a half that we had this season at the Kansas Speedway, so definitely watch out for this 66 machine. Of course, he's won the 2 mile and a half we had this season at Texas and Kansas, so this definitely suits Fitzwater's style, and Caleb Rose got really loose off the exit of the corner right there. He's going to lose some momentum there as he was in a battle with Fitzwater. And Thomas Troxel right behind him there in the 67. That's Fitzy's teammate. Brandon Nelson's falling back a little bit. Rodriguez has fallen now to the 4th position, and Trey Smith up to 2nd. We could easily see ourselves a battle between Trey Smith and Zachary Fitzwater tonight, but Rodriguez is up here as well. The top 3, the top 4 guys in points are inside the top 5 right now. The only one who is, well, the only guy top 5 in points is not in the top 5 is Landon Smith Jr., his 5th in points. So the top 4 in points are all inside the top 5. But they might not be led by a driver who's top 4 in points. Logan Williams taking it to the championship contenders and getting around Trey Smith. Trey Smith has yet to lead a lap in this race, so he doesn't have that bonus point yet. He'd love to even that out with Rodriguez. But right now, as of right now, he's going to pull away by 2 points. He's got 2 points of an advantage on Brian Rodriguez in this race. No, excuse me. 4 points. It's 50 for the win, 40 for second, 35 for third. So that'd be 4 points because Rodriguez has the bonus point for leading a lap. That's as of right now, it'd be a 6-point lead for Rodriguez. Here comes Cole Raymond, though. Looking to get to the inside of Rodriguez, and the yellow flag is out. Ethan Lewis in the 11 has gone around. And it looks like he might have gotten caught up there with Richard Kingart. Here we go for the race lead, and Trey Smith going to take it away on the race back, and he's got it. So Trey Smith will get that bonus point and even out with Rodriguez. So the only other thing he has to contend with is the most laps led, and Trey Smith might get a couple here under the caution. So a caution on lap number 9 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Ethan Lewis, looks like maybe Reggie Fogelman got a piece of this one as well, and I think Richard Kingart also got caught up. Organize themselves, but definitely very interesting to see the top 4 in points all inside the top 5 in this race right now. That is definitely very interesting. Landon Smith Jr., that other guy who's top 5 in points, is not doing too well. He started 10th and he's down to the 20th position right now, so that's not good for him. And this is going to get kind of interesting. You might be able to make it to the end from here. Nicholas Samadeo is going to try. I don't think he was caught up in the accident. He's the only one trying, and why not? I mean, Samadeo kind of has nothing to lose at this point. Grabbed the race victory at Portland. Heck, it was strategy that got him that win at Portland last week. He was battling with Jesse Turner. And 101 points behind coming into this event. Why not go for it? He may get something on these guys, but 42 laps might be a bit of a stretch, and especially considering the tire wear will be significant later on in the race, you're definitely going to want to have fresh tires later on in this event. And as for the rest of the field, they will also have to come down, and that fuel window generally remains the same, around 36 to 40 laps. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring up the first caution of the night here in Honda Indy Chicago, the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. Ethan Lewis and Richard Kingart getting caught up down the front stretch here at Chicagoland. So the very interesting thing about recording these after I record the race, I had no clue Nicholas Amadio was involved in this one in the 31 machine. That's why he came to the pit lane, tapped the outside wall, came down on Fogelman ahead of him there. 31 went around. The thing is, Amadio had minimal damage. Fogelman taps in to Kingart, and Kingart hits the outside wall, rides it, and then Ethan Lewis comes in and pushes him up into the catch fence. Just those 4 drivers involved, but a little more violent than I thought it was, because everyone continued on, and there wasn't much of an issue, but yeah, that was a interesting little wreck right there off the exit of turn 4. Tough break for Ethan Lewis and Kingart especially, as they got caught up a lap down because of that incident. Replay of this in real time, and Sam Amadio just tapped the outside wall and went around. And, that would have, honestly, if this was a real-life wreck, that would have been much more violent than what it was. Thankfully, the game pretends that the catch fence isn't quite where it is, and everyone drove off. Everyone's still in the race. However, big moment right here. Trey Smith taking the race lead away from Logan Williams right at the race back to the line. So he'll get the laps led for being the leader under caution. And he might get that extra bonus point for leading the most laps in this race. We'll have to see how it all goes down here in Honda Indy Chicago. Let's get back to the restart here from Chicagoland. We are back here at the Chicagoland Speedway after a small incident between Ethan Lewis and Richard Kingart, Reggie Fogelman on the front stretch. Reggie Fogelman will be a lap down after the incident, but everybody else is still on the lead lap. Nicholas Amadio, Angel Olvera, and Elijah Gordon, I believe, came down the pit lane under the caution. We'll have to see how that affects them, but everyone else stayed out, and we'll still have to make another stop in this race before the end of the event. Trey Smith leads the field in the 41, and he's going to get some extra laps led there. Could get that extra bonus point for leading the most laps in this race. Logan Williams, Cole Raymond, Brian Rodriguez. And you got Zachary Fitzwater, Thomas Troxel, Caleb Rose, Brandon Nelson, Noah Clifton, and Jesse Turner, the top 10. Here we go. Lap 14 of 52. We're back underway in Honda Indy Chicago. Cole Raymond there to the inside for second on Logan Williams. He knows an opportunity is right here to possibly stake his claim in this championship. Only 61 behind coming in, but he doesn't like the fact that all those guys who are ahead of him are racing right along with him, but he's going to try for the race lead here. Rodriguez and Fitzwater helping him from behind. Caleb Rose tapped the outside wall. Trey Smith will lead another lap, but Cole Raymond might get it the next time around, and Rodriguez is right there in that inside lane. He might try to make a 3 wide for the race lead, and kind of did. Rodriguez trying to take it back away. But don't look now. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater. He's in his wheelhouse now on a high-speed oval. He wants a bonus point for leading a lap, and he wants the race victory as well. Cole Raymond almost lost it there in that outside lane. He's now 3 wide as Brandon Nelson and Trey Smith get around him. Come Logan Williams, Jesse Turner, 3 wide. Raymond continues to fall back as he's stuck in that outside lane, and Rodriguez looks to pull away in the 13 machine. So Rodriguez, Fitzwater, Trey Smith, top 3 in points, top 3 on the racetrack. And Trey Smith here battling with Fitzwater for that second position. And Raymond still way on the outside and hitting the outside wall. Scott Upton and Jesse Turner are there as well. We'll have to see how far back Cole Raymond falls in that 95 machine. But meanwhile, Brian Rodriguez is going to charge right away from these guys here. Here comes Turner, though, for third on Zachary Fitzwater in the 38 machine. He's looking for a little redemption, too. Had a great shot at winning that Grand Prix of Oregon last week at Portland. Could not pull it off as Nicholas Amadio pulled the strategy on him. Well, he's got an opportunity here. He's won a cup race here before Chicagoland. He knows how to get it done. We'll have to see if Jesse Turner gets win number 25 of his career here today. Nicholas Samadeo at 23 wins coming into this race. Jesse Turner at 24 wins. Zachary Fitzwater at 26. There are 50 wins between those two drivers right there, and Jesse Turner and Zachary Fitzwater. Two of the most legendary drivers to ever race on this channel. And they're battling it out for third still. Fitzwater back to the inside of Turner as Trey Smith does not want this 13 to win. He does not want to finish second and still lose ground on the 13 in the championship. He wants to win this race, and a win for Trey Smith and Rodriguez finishing second would more than likely give Trey Smith the points lead back heading into the duel at the Glen next weekend. But as these tires wear out here, it is going to get difficult for these guys to really make those moves. But the top three in points, 1, 2, 3, as they run in the points as well. Fitzwater's coming though in the 66. He saved up his stuff, and he has pulled away from Turner. I mean, by a second already, he's got Turner. You know, maybe not a second, half a second, but still. If these were stock cars, that would be a second gap. But considering how fast these guys go, that is less than a second, obviously. Fitzwater trying to find his way around Trey Smith. I think Fitzwater would hope Trey Smith would get around Rodriguez, though, because Fitzwater's going to get around both of these guys in the championship, and I don't know if he's going to be able to pull much out of it if he finishes third behind both of those guys. And those are the two guys you don't want to finish behind, and the podium finish is great, but not if those two guys are on the podium with you. Logan Williams on Brandon Nelson, and Scott Upton's moving up. Haven't seen them too much this season. They won the pole at California, and that was about it. Well, here they are getting around their teammate for the 6th position now. So watch out for Upton as this race goes along. Zach Winkle had an issue in qualifying yesterday. He's inside the top 10 with his teammate Brock Nelson, and Noah Clifton rounds out the top 10. Raymond fell back to 11th. Here's Justin Zidell on Thomas Troxel. Troxel's falling back, and Faden did not get a good jump there at the start. One of those guys who had a good run going at Portland and would have been much closer in this championship had he not had his issue. He's currently 14th. Back to the lead. Here we go, 4 seconds. Zachary Fitzwater on Trey Smith. And now Turner and Williams have closed in on these guys as well, as they've kind of stalemated up front. Closing in on halfway here in this Honda Indy Chicago event. We're not quite halfway yet here at Chicagoland, but we will run into lap traffic in this race. And if you saw that Daytona truck race a couple weeks ago, you know how annoying that could be. The two guys involved in the accident, Ethan Lewis, Reggie Fogelman off the pace here, and they're double wide in front of our leaders. This could be the opportunity Trey Smith, Zachary Fitzwater needed. Of course, thankfully, they will reach him on the front stretch here. Turner's going to try to take advantage of that, however, and pin the 66 up top. And he's going to be able to do that successfully. And Turner's going to take the 3rd position. Williams and Upton, they all get around Fitzwater. And Fitzwater may lose some more positions here as both the Nelsons and Winkle close in on him. Oh, and Fitzwater is not going to be happy with these guys after this race. No doubt about it. Ethan Lewis there, Reggie Fogelman. He is still not around either of them. He's going to finally get around Ethan Lewis, and he's going to finally get around Fogelman there, but he lost a ton of ground. Running 3rd at the time, he lost 6 positions trying to get around those lap cars. Now Logan Williams up to 3rd, right behind the gearbox of Trey Smith. That is not at all what Fitzwater needed. Jesse Turner now 5th. Scott Upton is 4th. But Brian Rodriguez, at this point, he has led the most laps in this event. And he's beating Trey Smith right now, trying to close in. Going to pull away, I should say, on this championship battle heading into Watkins Glen next weekend. Of course, Watkins Glen is a big wild card. The wildest road course we go to, and that's definitely going to be a huge factor in how this championship plays out. And of course, the finale at Pocono is another big wild card as well. That can go a multitude of ways. Logan Williams trying to get around Trey Smith here for the 2nd position. Can't quite get it yet. Scott Upton still runs in 4th, and Jesse Turner solidified in the 5th position, and Turner, or should I say Fitzwater, down to 11th now, battling with his teammate Thomas Troxel. right behind the 95 of Cole Raymond. He's going to have to pull some strategy if he's going to move up through the field again, but that is not at all what Fitzwater wanted. Got a battle right here. Justin Zaidel on Zach Winkle for 6th. And Zaidel looking to get his first win in over 4 years in this series. He's won the 2019 championship. It hasn't been the best of seasons for him. Missed the Indianapolis 250. He's running very well here tonight at Chicagoland in the 6th position now behind the top 5. And all 5 of these guys ride on each other, and they're going to come down the pit lane here very soon. Now, I'm intrigued to see. Sam Mateo does appear to be kind of laying back just a little bit. And an Angel Oliveira, I believe, also came down the pit lane as well. So those 2 guys are a couple to watch out for here. How long can they make it? And will they be taken over by these guys who will be on fresh tires? We'll just have to see how it all goes down. It's 20 laps to go this time by. All of our leaders still have to make a stop in this race. Turner has gotten around Upton for 4th, and Williams is trying on Trey Smith for 2nd. That is not what Trey Smith wants to see. But Brian Rodriguez may just have the fastest car in this race, and there is a bit of a what's the word I want to use? I know the definition of the word, but I don't know what the word is. Incentive, that's the word. There's a bit of an incentive for Logan Williams. It took me so long to think of that word. There's a bit of an incentive for Logan Williams to keep Trey Smith behind, because Logan Williams' brother, Andrew Williams, owns the team Brian Rodriguez drives for. Now, Logan Williams doesn't drive for that team. He drives for Perez Racing and Braden Perez's team, but I'm sure he want to help his brother out. And he is helping his brother out by keeping Trey Smith in 3rd there, getting around him, but he may actually go for the race lead here before the cycle begins. But Brian Rodriguez holding on to this race lead here at Chicagoland, but Logan Williams is looking very sporty right now in this 18 machine, looking at his first win of the season here in the Haas IndyCar Series, first ever win in the Haas IndyCar Series, I would believe, in this 100th running of a Haas IndyCar Series event. And Trey Smith in the Haas car, doing an excellent job running 3rd. And Jesse Turner still in contention for this win as well. Fitzwater has moved up to, well, he hasn't moved up. He's actually still in 11th behind Cole Raymond there. And Rodriguez not wasting any time. He's going to be the first driver down the pit lane. Ace Garcia also coming down as well. Now, the only downside to coming down now is if you get a caution, that's it. You're going to get caught a lap down, and that is the downside to coming in early here. However, only 26 cars on the racetrack, and they generally stay a little more spread out than the stock cars do here, so they're not as prone to wrecking on this racetrack as they are in a stock car. Williams going to stay out. Trey Smith, Jesse Turner coming down. I mean, Trey Smith absolutely did not want to lose any more time. Fitzwater may have an issue. Fitzwater might have an issue in this 66 machine. He's way off the pace. He may have tried to come down the pit lane and missed it, I'm wondering. But he jammed everybody else behind him up, and this is definitely going to be a problem. We'll have to see. And somehow they're going to figure it out. And he still couldn't come down the pit lane. They all had to slow up, and they're going to lose a ton of ground, and they may run out of gas if they're not careful. There's Rodriguez, who is clearing away. We'll have to see where he comes out in relation to Trey Smith, Jesse Turner here, however. Oh, Trey Smith might get him. He might get him here. Oh, but it's going to be close. They're gonna merge right down the backstretch. I think Rodriguez is going to barely get it here, but Trey Smith will be right there and with slightly fresher tires. But the thing is, Trey Smith and Jesse Turner both have to get back up to speed, and definitely going to be interesting to see if they can do so. Now Fitzwater finally down. This race has been a disaster for that 66 machine. Meanwhile, Nicholas Samadeo is your race leader. He's still out there. Remember, he came down under the caution. How far can he go? Now, you got to think, he lost a lot of time because of all those guys trying to come down the pit lane and slowing down to avoid wrecking. So, right now, the guy he has to worry about is the 13 of Brian Rodriguez. And there's Rodriguez entering turn number 1 right now. Samadeo is exiting turn number 4. He has got a massive lead. The big question is, can Sam Idio stretch it to the end? We're just going to have to see. He's got the entire field lapped right now. Well, no, not right now. Not right now. There's Rodriguez taking second away there, but it's still showing Rodriguez a lap down. So Nicholas Samadio going to try to do the impossible and stretch this field. Did he make the right call? This would be huge in the championship as well, because Samadio could definitely close in these final 3 races. The thing is, it's Rodriguez, the points leader, who's second right now. That's not at all what Samadio wants. But I'm sure Samadio was hoping for a caution at this point. Trey Smith is trying to get around Rodriguez. That's all Trey Smith cares about. He could care less, I think, if Samadio wins. And granted, too, if Trey Smith won, Rodriguez finished second, that would be more points for Trey Smith than Trey Smith finishing second and Rodriguez finishing third. But Trey Smith just wants to gain on Rodriguez here in this race. That's all he cares about right now. Trying to get around that 13. But Samadio is trying to save the fuel and stretch it. And you got to think, too, you know, he may actually benefit from having to slow down there. Olvera did come down the pit lane, by the way, though. I was a little intrigued by that. So Olvera came down, and Samadio, who has already made a stop, came down under that caution with about 42 to go. Still holding on to this race lead. And he's got a lap on the field. So not only that, he can come down and go fuel only. And maybe beat the 13 off. Logan Williams around Trey Smith for third. And then you have Trey Smith now in fourth, Jesse Turner in fifth. This is second right now as Samadio still leads this field in the 31 and has the entire field lapped. Rodriguez definitely a quick machine, but the strategy may play out for Nicholas Samadio. This would be something else. Getting 2 in a row. It would be Samadio's 24th career win on the channel if he were to pull it off here tonight. He's got 6 laps to do it. That means these guys have 7 laps to go because they are currently a lap down. Trey Smith back around Logan Williams for third. And Samadio will not be able to stretch it. However, will he go fuel only? He's got a lap on the field right now. There are your provisional race leaders coming around unlapping themselves. Oh, I just don't think it's going to be enough for Samadio. That was a good opportunity, a good idea, and he will do tires here. I just don't know. I would have gone fuel only, but he's going to take at least 2 here. That is going to be it. He's going to go a 2-tire stop here. We'll have to see. These guys doing 24-second lap times, though. I don't think they're going to be able to get that 31 out there in time. And they will not. There's Samadio coming off. He will gain a lot of ground, though, but now the race lead is back to Williams and Rodriguez. And they now, as they come around next time by, will have 4 laps to go. And for the race lead, Logan Williams takes it away. Oh, and in the wall, Rodriguez tapped the outside wall. Huge opportunity for Trey Smith to get around him. And Trey Smith's going to have a shot. He's got it on the 13 machine for second. That is not at all what Rodriguez wanted, but Logan Williams pulling away here. And now he's got his teammate. Oh, and Trey Smith washing up the racetrack and almost getting into the 13 because the 11 was coming down the pit lane. Trey Smith was reacting, and he put the 13 in the wall again. And now, Trey Smith closing in on the 18 of Logan Williams with 2.5 laps to go here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Rodriguez is not going to be happy with that one. Trey Smith was just like, I'm sorry if you're there. I got to get out of the way. And now Rodriguez under fire from Jesse Turner. 2 laps to go in Honda Indy Chicago for Logan Williams in the 18. But Trey Smith trying to win his 4th race of the season and win the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. What a race this has been from Chicagoland. White flag in the air for Logan Williams. Will Trey Smith find a way around him on this last lap? Or will Logan Williams get his first win of the season? At this point, I think Williams might have it down, but this 41 is going to try to close in. But I think it's just too far behind. But regardless of the fact, Trey Smith will gain at least a couple of points on Rodriguez here at Chicagoland. But the star of the show is going to be Logan Williams, who comes off of turn 4. Logan Williams wins Honda Indy Chicago in the 100th Haas IndyCar Series race. Trey Smith, second. Brian Rodriguez, third. Jesse Turner and Noah Clifton, the top 5. Fitzwater will finish all the way down in the 17th position after all the issues he had trying to come down the pit lane. That might very well take Fitzwater out of championship contention. And he was running up front in this race too. How about that? Logan Williams pulls off the win here at Chicagoland Speedway, ahead of Trey Smith and Brian Rodriguez. And right there near the end, Trey Smith got it. 36 points for Trey Smith. Rodriguez, I think, led the most laps in this race, however, so he's got the extra bonus point there. So it was 42 points for Trey Smith. No, 41, excuse me. 41 points for Trey Smith. 37 for Brian Rodriguez. 6-point lead for Rodriguez heading into the duel at the Glen. You couldn't ask for anything better. Logan Williams gets it done. Trey Smith in second. Rodriguez third. Turner and Clifton the top 5. You take a look at the rest of the results right there. Everyone finished the race. Obviously, we had that issue between Ethan Lewis and Reggie Fogelman early on, but what an excellent event here tonight at Chicagoland. I knew this was going to be a great race. We should replace Texas with Chicagoland in future seasons because Texas isn't that good. This is. Logan Williams gets it done, though, at the Chicagoland Speedway. Great win there for Perez Racing. Their first win of the season between their two drivers. And Williams definitely going to be happy about that one. He had a fast car and took it right away from Rodriguez. Right when San Mateo was coming into the pit lane and kind of cycling back through there. San Mateo still gained something, I think, out of that in the 15th position, but just didn't quite have enough. He was definitely hoping for a caution there and hoping to lap the field. He would have won the race if that had happened. That would have been a cool thing to see, but not enough. It was cool to see Logan Williams get the win, though, in the number 18 machine. And, of course, you have Fitzwater on the other end of the spectrum there. That might have just been it for him. Cole Raymond finished 10th. Landon Smith Jr. finished 16th. Nathan Faden finished in 19th. Ace Garcia finished 7th. He was the only one who really kept any touch with the leaders, but with Trey Smith and Rodriguez finishing, second and third, it might be down between Rodriguez and Smith now, and Fitzwater may be out. We'll see the points. Still mathematically Fitzwater has a chance, but it's going to take a lot out of Trey Smith and Brian Rodriguez on the opposite end of the racetrack, opposite end of the field. They're going to have to wreck a few times if they're not going to win this championship. And there's only 3 races left to go. You got the duel at the Glen, the 2 races at Watkins Glen, and then the finale at Pocono 2 weeks from now for the Haas World Championship 200K. A lot of great racing coming up here in the Haas IndyCar Series to determine a champion. We're excited to see who gets it done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Logan Williams for getting the race victory here in Honda Indy Chicago and winning the 100th Haas IndyCar Series event. There's nothing really that special about it other than it's the 100th race, but hey, the 101st race next weekend, next Saturday at 11:30. We got ourselves the first race for the Duel at the Glen, and then next Sunday, we got the other race for the Duel at the Glen as well, and Watkins Glen. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. That's all I got to say. It's going to be good. The best road course in the game. We skip the chicane and go through the boot, as we always do at Watkins Glen here on the channel, and definitely excited to have another race there at the Glen. It's been a long time since I've done a race on that track, so excited to see how it all goes down here in this championship. Rodriguez and Smith right there in a 6-point gap heading in with 3 races left to go. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Here are the points for the Haas IndyCar Series after 17 races, and we will see you guys next weekend from Watkins Glen tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the Lily Trucking 200 and the Turkey Hill Truck Series from Atlanta. Thank you guys so much for watching. One last time, once again, I always say it, and I will see you guys later.